Hey y'all, this is Courtney with Just Nurse Court. So today I just came in from the garden and I showed you guys, I think in the last video, I harvested a bunch of tomatoes, and that literally was just a few minutes ago. And then I thought, maybe I'll just show you like a little work with me in the kitchen as I am preparing my vegetables and stuff for the freezer. So I have a bunch of tomatoes here that have ripened up. These are some yellows, so they technically are ripe and ready to go. So I have, quite a few that I could go ahead. I think these could ripen up just a smidgy bit more, but I've got probably like all of these that definitely could go into the freezer. And I have a gallon size freezer bag that I started. I have one already in the freezer. And then I have a bunch of green beans down here. Well, not a bunch, but a handful of green beans down here that is, they're washing up, and I picked them, one of the peppers. So my plan is just to let them get them done first, and then I will move over to the tomatoes and get them washed off, and I will core them and then put them into cut the tops off and then get them into the gallon size freezer bag. So I need to do that before they start to turn bad, because they definitely are ready for the freezer. So I think the first thing I'm going to do is set my cutting board aside, and I'm going to come back here behind you guys and get some paper towels. So I always do my green beans, and I wash them, soak them for a little bit, and then I get them ready. I go ahead and snap them, and then I get them into a freezer bag. So I will show you that little process. So these are the beans that I planted in the spring, and they are still just kind of coming in a little bit at a time. A handful were from the green stalk. Most of them were from my actual garden. And then this is the pepper. So I think we'll do the pepper first. I've just been washing the peppers off, leaving the stems on. I'm kind of going the lazy way with the peppers right now. I'm just throwing them into the freezer bag right here, and I've got a bunch of peppers already. So I'm hoping that I have enough between now and the next month. I'll have a few more come in that I can use some peppers to make my own salsa instead of having to buy some at the store. So I have a variety of peppers. I have Hungarian hot wax, serranos, jalapenos, some Jimmy Nardellos, and then I also have some sugarish peach peppers, which I haven't put in here yet because I was waiting for them to actually ripen to peach before I did that. So I'm gonna go ahead and pop these in the freezer. And then my green beans, let me go ahead and get another little paper towel here. And I will set this back here because I'm going to put my little pile of snapped green beans on it. So Zoe is up here checking everything out. As long as you stay over there, my friend, and don't come over here onto my green beans that I just washed up. Won't you hop on? She loves to be involved, of course. So I'm going to put my little stems there, and then I will just pop them. So this is the process. And right now, it's just, like every day or two I go out there, it's generally at least every couple days, I'm picking at least a handful of green beans. It's not a bunch at a time right now because my big flush came on earlier this spring, and that's when I did my dilly beans. And now they're just coming on a little bit at a time, which is fine. I don't mind a bit to have them come on a little bit at a time. And then my plan will be is once I get a good amount to harvest, and hopefully from the fall crop that I have going, then I can actually can these. And so it's kind of nice actually just to have a handful come in at a time, and then it doesn't take a super long time to get your green beans ready for the freezer. And then that way, whenever it comes time for canning, all I'll have to do is defrost them, put them in the cans, and we will be ready to go. So that part will be super nice. So I'm going to go ahead and finish these up, and then I will come back and show you the next step, which is me putting them in the bag. Okay, so I got all the green beans picked. I mean, not picked, but snapped and got them taken care of. And look who here is over here on the counter. Just watching. Got to be up and involved and see what's going on. Miss Zoe, you can sit over there, I guess. I can clean my counter off. Oh, the life of a cat mom. So I have one of these bags already full that's in the freezer. And then I've got this one so far. So I got these little bags off of Amazon. And I think I told you about them. But what I do is they are vacuum seal bags, but you can reuse them and reseal them. And so it is perfect. I'm so glad I discovered these for my green beans and stuff. I haven't used them for my tomatoes and peppers. I could have. I just ended up putting them in regular gallon freezer bags because I knew like within the month, at best, maybe 6 weeks, I would be, because I started probably harvesting a lot of stuff come mid-July this year. So I knew that within, 4 to 6 weeks, I was going to be digging all the stuff out and they weren't going to be in there like for super long-term storage. So I ended up just using regular gallon baggies for them, but I could have definitely used these vacuum seal baggies. The nice thing about these is if I decided that I didn't have time within the next month or so to go ahead and process my beans and I wanted to wait till my fall green beans came in, which I do, and that may not be until more like September, end of September, because I planted them mid-July, so it may be more like end of September before they come in. So that's why I decided to vacuum seal them, because they may be in the freezer a little bit longer. They may be 2 to 3 months in. So there we go. I have them in. Then you just have to really make sure you get this seal down good. It's a little bit hard. And then I have a little handheld vacuum that I use for my mason jars. And then I just put that down on this little hole and then it will pull out the air. And then you can kind of tell that it's starting to vacuum it up. And you can watch it start shrinking up. And then once I can kind of tell most of the air is out of it, it's not really pulling anymore, then I just turn it off. And that, I'm going to say, is probably pretty close. And then you just pop this little thing right on this little air valve circle. And then there we go. We got some vacuum sealed green beans. So now I'm getting close, probably with another picking or two. This bag's going to be full because I try to like not go kind of beyond like this line so that it has enough where it can lay flat. And so I don't fill it all the way up because I need it to be below that. So somewhere, so I got another inch or so to go. There we go. Now my green beans are ready for the freezer again. Perfect. Okay, and now Miss Zoe's coming over. Let me go ahead and get the water out of here. Towel dropped to the floor. And then we will get these ready to go. So we don't get over there and knock down the camera. That's probably what you will do. Just get the little green bean flowers out of here. Okay. And then I think what I'm going to do is put these in the sink. All the ones that I need to wash off and get ready. Oh, that one's rotten. We're going to throw that one away. There's a tomato plant out there, and I think that's one that came from, and it has not, it's kind of, I've left it. I'm going to see what happens the next time around, but it has not done like super well. And today when I was out there picking, a bunch of the not flowers, but tomatoes were kind of rotting on it. And one of them had completely rotten. So I just think it's not a healthy plant, and I probably need to pull it, but I haven't done that yet. Okay, so now let me think where that one tomato was needs to be cleaned off. Put that back in the trash. Okay, and then here is my baggie, and I am sure that we will have to get more. Oh, I'm looking for my, there we go. Looking for my tomato corer. So I got this off of Amazon, and it's a little tomato corer. Zoe, you're gonna have to get out of the way, my dear, because you are gonna, here, come on, keep going. Okay. All right, so hopefully this water won't be too noisy. I'll kind of run it kind of lightly. Zoe, you just got to be up here in the business, don't you? Got to be up here in the business. I really cut that one. Cut that one down. I'm kind of curious what this tastes like. This is one of the yellow slicers, so I think I'm just going to cut a little piece off of it, and I'm going to try it. Okay. Pretty much tastes like a tomato, but it's maybe not quite as acidic as a red tomato. That's really the only difference. But I was kind of curious what it tasted like. The ones that I'm really curious about are the Dr. Witchies. And I am curious about those. Try not to cut quite so much off of the tomato this time. And then I just go in there and core it out. And I'm just putting them in whole. Put a few tomatoes here, washed and ready for me. How about that? I think Zoe wants a drink. I think that's really what she's after. Here, Zoe, you want a drink of water? You want a drink of water? Is that what you're wanting? You want a drink? You want a drink? Come get your drink. Okay. I'll leave that run on the other side so you can come get your drink. She loves water from the faucet. Yep. You can have your drink. I won't stop you. Yeah, I think I'm going to get my little paring knife here and just cut off some of the bad spots here. This one was an Amish paste. So you can see, I'll try to show you. They're pretty meaty and they don't have a lot of seeds in them. So they're great for making sauces and stuff like that. Just kind of got to get those little cores out, but you can tell they're real meaty, really meaty, and not a lot of seeds. So perfect. And then I don't bother doing the bottom because I'm going to take those skins off. When you take them out of the freezer, the skins will just come right off. and you don't have to blanch them in the water or anything, which is kind of handy. Okay. And this one's got kind of a bad spot. You knocked off my lid to my cup, Zoe. I guess I need to turn the water off. And this is going to be the process that I'm going to do for the tomatoes. So I'm going to keep going. And I will get all these tomatoes done, and then I will bring you back and show you how many I got. Okay, so I have a full bag plus another bag that is getting very close to being full, but not quite. So I can put this one back in my freezer in the house, and then I will hopefully have room to be able to fill it up. So I've got basically 2.5 gallon bag of tomatoes. I got all those left, plus all the ones that I picked today, plus all the ones that are left in the garden. So I'm hoping that I'll be able to get a batch of tomato sauce or 2 plus a batch of salsa, like a small batch of salsa. So that's my hopes. Anyway, I thought you guys might just kind of enjoy this little work in the kitchen with me and show you how I get my tomatoes ready for the freezer. And basically when I am ready to process them, I'll just take them out. The skin should just peel right off, and then they are ready to go. So anyway, it definitely makes doing it in stages, like to get, especially for a full-time like working person, to do things in stages and get them in the freezer and then ready for saving later is like definitely the way to go. So, oh, I just see I have a little brown worm in here. And my tomatoes. Oh no. Oh, hopefully that didn't bruise them too badly. Probably this little worm was on the tomatoes and came in with them, and probably that's why some of them were rotten. But we're going to get him put into the trash. All right. The joys of gardening and all the worms and animals and bugs and stuff. So anyway, I hope you guys enjoyed this little work in the kitchen with me, and I'll see you soon in the next one. Bye, friends.